Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing amazing today. Before we dive into today's topic, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy it. It really helps out the channel and ensures you won't miss any of our future discussions. We've got some really intriguing content lined up, and today is no exception. So sit back, relax, and let's get into this. Today we're diving into a dark and complex narrative. When a devil curses a narcissist. There's no escape. It's a chilling concept, isn't it? The very idea of a curse, especially one from a devil, carries a weight that's almost impossible to comprehend fully. The word curse brings with it a sense of the inescapable, like a looming fate waiting in the shadows. And when you pair that with a narcissist, someone whose life revolves around their own self-interest and delusions of grandeur, the result is bound to be, well, terrifyingly inevitable. Now let's talk about narcissism first. It's one of those traits that's often misunderstood. A narcissist is someone deeply in love with themselves, but not in a healthy, self-affirming way. It's an obsession. They build their entire existence around feeding their ego. They crave admiration, attention, and validation. They need to feel superior to believe that they are the center of the universe. And while they may seem confident on the surface, deep down, they are often driven by insecurities and a fragile sense of self-worth. But the thing about narcissists is that they don't see themselves that way. In their eyes, they are invincible, untouchable, and always right. They manipulate and charm those around them to get what they want, but they never look inward. To them, the world is simply a reflection of their greatness. They project an image of perfection, but it's all smoke and mirrors. So what happens when someone like this, a person so caught up in their own delusions, crosses paths with something far darker and more powerful than themselves? What happens when a devil curses a narcissist? Imagine for a second what it means to be cursed by a devil. We're not just talking about bad luck or a series of unfortunate events. A curse from a devil is something otherworldly, a force that warps reality itself. It's a punishment, an eternal trap that can't be outrun, no matter how clever or manipulative the narcissist thinks they are. The curse itself could take many forms. It could be a slow descent into madness, where the narcissist starts losing control over the image they've carefully constructed. Their charm stops working. Their manipulations fail. The people who once worshipped them begin to see through the facade. Little by little, the narcissist's world starts to unravel. Their reflection in the mirror no longer matches the person they believe themselves to be, and they spiral into despair, trying to regain control, but failing at every turn. Or perhaps the curse is something more subtle. Maybe it's an internal prison, where the narcissist is trapped in a loop of their own making. They continue to seek validation and admiration, but no matter what they do, it's never enough. The compliments don't fill the void anymore. The praise feels hollow. They become desperate, trying harder and harder to get the attention they crave, but each attempt only deepens their sense of emptiness. It's like being thirsty and reaching for water, but the moment you touch it, it turns to dust. That's what a devil's curse does. It promises relief but delivers only suffering. And for a narcissist, that's the worst fate imaginable. They can't bear to be irrelevant, to be unnoticed. The curse strips them of their ability to maintain control, leaving them exposed and vulnerable. One of the most interesting aspects of this concept is the idea that the narcissist never sees it coming. They're so blinded by their own arrogance, so convinced of their superiority, that they never believe they could be outwitted by something greater than themselves. In their mind, they are always in control, always the master of their fate. So when the curse hits, it's not just a blow to their life. It's a blow to their very identity. They might try to fight it, of course. Narcissists are nothing if not resourceful when it comes to protecting their ego. They'll scheme, manipulate, and twist reality to try and escape the curse. But that's the thing about a devil's curse. There's no escape. Every move they make only tightens the noose around them. The more they try to claw their way out, the deeper they sink. It's a fitting punishment in a way. Narcissists spend their lives manipulating the people around them, bending the truth to fit their narrative. They create illusions and feed off the attention of others, never caring about the harm they cause. So, when they find themselves in a situation where the rules are no longer in their favor, where they can't manipulate their way out of it, it's like the universe finally balances the scales. There's a dark irony in the idea that a narcissist, someone who believes themselves to be all-powerful, could be so thoroughly undone by forces beyond their control. They've spent their life building an empire of lies and illusions, but when the devil's curse hits, all of that comes crashing down. It's not just about losing power, though. For a narcissist, the real horror is losing their sense of self. They don't just want to be powerful, they need to believe they are inherently superior to others. The devil's curse strips them of that belief. It forces them to confront the reality they've been running from, that they are not invincible, not special, not above the rest of humanity. And that, right there, is where the true punishment lies. The narcissist's entire existence is built on a lie, and the curse forces them to live in the truth. They become ordinary, fallible, and vulnerable. Everything they've spent their lives denying. It's a slow, agonizing process. The curse doesn't kill them outright. It lets them live, but in a constant state of torment. The people around them might not even notice at first. To the outside world, the narcissist may seem fine, still smiling, still trying to project their image of perfection. But underneath, they're falling apart. They can feel the curse tightening its grip, like a shadow creeping in from the edges of their consciousness. The fear builds, the panic sets in, and soon, they're trapped in a prison of their own making. One they can never escape from. It's a haunting thought, isn't it? The idea that someone could be cursed in such a way that there's no escape, no redemption. The narcissist is left to suffer, forever trapped in their own delusions, but without the power to make those delusions real anymore. They're stuck, isolated, with only their own broken ego for company. It's a fate worse than death for someone like that. For a narcissist, losing control over their image, their power, their sense of self, it's unbearable. They'll try to fight it, to deny it, but deep down they know they've lost. And that's what makes the devil's curse so powerful. It doesn't need to destroy them physically. It just takes away the very thing they value most, their identity. So when a devil curses a narcissist, there really is no escape. It's a perfect trap, designed to play on their deepest fears and weaknesses. They're left with nothing but the hollow shell of who they once were, doomed to live in a world that no longer bends to their will. In the end, the narcissist's story becomes a cautionary tale. It's a reminder of the dangers of arrogance, of believing that we are untouchable, above consequence. No matter how powerful we think we are, there are forces out there that can bring us to our knees. And when those forces take the form of a curse from the devil, well, there's truly no escape. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I hope this discussion gave you something to think about, maybe even sent a few chills down your spine. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more content like this. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in and supporting the channel. Until next time, stay curious, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.
Hello everyone. Welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please make sure to hit that subscribe button and join our amazing community. Today, we're going to tackle a sensitive but crucial topic: how to effectively deal with narcissistic parents. This is a topic that hits close to home for many people, and I'm here to provide you with some valuable tips and strategies to navigate this challenging dynamic. Dealing with narcissistic parents can be incredibly draining and emotionally challenging. Narcissistic parents often exhibit behaviors that are self-centered, manipulative, and lack empathy, which can leave their children feeling neglected, unworthy, and constantly seeking approval. Understanding and coping with these behaviors require a mix of self-awareness, strategic thinking, and emotional resilience. Firstly, it's essential to recognize the signs of narcissistic behavior. Narcissistic parents tend to have an inflated sense of their own importance and a deep need for excessive attention and admiration. They often exploit their children, expecting them to fulfill their emotional needs without considering the child's well-being. They may also lack empathy, meaning they are unable to genuinely care about their child's feelings and experiences. This recognition is the first step in taking control of the situation. One of the most effective strategies in dealing with narcissistic parents is setting firm boundaries. Boundaries are crucial for maintaining your mental health and protecting yourself from emotional manipulation. It's important to clearly define what behaviors you will not tolerate and to communicate these boundaries assertively. For instance, if your parent tends to criticize you excessively, you might set a boundary that you will not engage in conversations where they are being disrespectful. Enforcing these boundaries consistently is key, even though it can be challenging, especially if your parent reacts negatively. Another important tip is to manage your expectations. Accept that your narcissistic parent is unlikely to change. This doesn't mean giving up hope, but rather, it means protecting yourself from ongoing disappointment. Understand that their behavior is a reflection of their own issues and not a reflection of your worth. By adjusting your expectations, you can minimize the emotional impact of their actions on your life. Building a support system is also vital. Having friends, family members, or a therapist who understands your situation can provide you with the emotional support you need. They can offer a different perspective and help you process your feelings. Joining support groups, either in person or online, can also be incredibly beneficial. Knowing that others are facing similar challenges can help you feel less isolated and more empowered to cope. Emotional detachment is another powerful strategy. This doesn't mean you stop caring about your parent, but rather, you learn to protect your emotions. Practice observing their behavior without internalizing it. When they attempt to manipulate or criticize you, remind yourself that their words are a projection of their own insecurities and issues. This mental distance can prevent their behavior from affecting your self-esteem. Focusing on self-care is essential when dealing with narcissistic parents. Take time to do things that nurture your well-being, such as engaging in hobbies, exercising, meditating, or spending time with people who uplift you. Self-care helps replenish your emotional reserves and strengthens your resilience. Remember, taking care of yourself is not selfish, it's necessary for your mental health. Developing a strong sense of self-worth is also crucial. Narcissistic parents often erode their children's self-esteem through constant criticism and belittling. Counteract this by affirming your value and achievements. Celebrate your strengths and remind yourself of your worth regularly. Engaging in activities that make you feel competent and appreciated can bolster your self-esteem. Communication with a narcissistic parent can be tricky. It's often best to keep interactions brief and factual. Avoid engaging in arguments or trying to get them to see your perspective, as this can lead to more frustration. When discussing necessary topics, stay calm and composed, and avoid giving them emotional ammunition. If the conversation becomes heated, it's okay to take a step back and revisit it when things are calmer. Understanding the concept of narcissistic supply can also be helpful. Narcissistic parents thrive on attention, whether it's positive or negative. By limiting the emotional reactions you give them, you can reduce their power over you. When they try to provoke you, respond with neutrality and calmness. Over time, this can lessen their manipulative behavior as they realize they can't easily get a rise out of you. Therapy can be an invaluable resource in dealing with narcissistic parents. A professional can help you develop coping strategies, process your emotions, and build a healthier sense of self. They can also assist you in understanding the dynamics of your relationship and offer guidance on how to navigate it more effectively. It's also important to recognize when to distance yourself. In some cases, the best way to protect your mental health may be to limit or completely cut off contact with your narcissistic parent. This decision is highly personal and can be incredibly difficult, but your well-being must come first. If the relationship is causing you significant distress and harm, creating physical and emotional distance might be necessary. Forgiveness can be a powerful tool, but it's important to approach it in a way that feels right for you. Forgiveness doesn't mean excusing their behavior or allowing it to continue. Instead, it's about freeing yourself from the anger and resentment that can consume you. It's about finding peace for yourself, regardless of whether your parent changes. Educating yourself about narcissism can provide you with the knowledge and tools to cope more effectively. Understanding the root causes of narcissistic behavior, the typical patterns, and the likely outcomes can empower you to navigate the relationship with greater clarity and strength. Lastly, be patient with yourself. Healing from the impact of a narcissistic parent takes time. Allow yourself to feel your emotions, process your experiences, and grow at your own pace. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small, and remind yourself that you are doing your best in a challenging situation. In conclusion, dealing with narcissistic parents is a complex and often painful journey. However, by recognizing the signs, setting boundaries, managing expectations, building a support system, practicing emotional detachment, focusing on self-care, and seeking professional help, you can navigate this difficult relationship more effectively. Remember, you have the power to protect your well-being and build a fulfilling life despite the challenges posed by a narcissistic parent. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with anyone who might benefit from it. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Your support means the world to us. Take care, and we'll see you in the next video.